Welcome to another episode of the weekly show, the best show on YouTube beyond the trenches. I'm here with our usual suspects. We'll talk about this week in football, make our predictions for next week. I'm your host, Big Mike. We got my man Toby.
Ew.
Jeff.
Double duty.
Yo, and Jordan. And to start right away, man. So week 6 just ended. What was your biggest takeaway, surprise, or story from this week, Jeff?
I think the Bengals continuing their winning football. They haven't played great teams, and granted, they haven't played a bunch of them back to back. But they're playing good football. They're second in the division, which a division we thought was going to be owned by either the Browns, the Ravens, or the Steelers. So see them at 4-2 right now. They're playing really well. They play well on the road as well. Andy Dalton. Look at that. Joe Burrow. Louisiana, the bio boy, he down there doing some business in Cincinnati, and I like their chances. I think the Browns are full, and I think Cincinnati playing this well is shocking this early because he's so young. But they got some playmakers at receivers. They got Higgins. They got what's the other guy? Jamar Chase. He's playing real well. I wasn't expecting him to play like this. I know he's not putting up gaudy numbers, but the consistency he's having with catching the ball from Burrow, making plays on his own, I'm really impressed with that. So the Cincinnati Bengals at 4-2 after week 6, that's big for me.
All right, Jordan.
If you want to, the biggest takeaway from me, I think, is that the Chiefs still have problems. They aren't that good. I'm gonna just call it what it is.
Did they win by like 20?
But barely. They didn't. Did y'all watch the game? Y'all laughing, but did y'all watch the game?
I know what you mean. The game was close at a point.
It was 13-10 still going into the fourth.
Okay.
All right.
It was 13-10 going into the fourth. They got a couple penalties on the late drives and ended up scoring on some big plays.
They did.
They can't count on that.
They did.
Mm-hmm. And a better team beats them.
They did.
Right.
So,
all right, okay.
They're still buck.
But that was a good laugh, though. Like, they won by 20 barely. Like, what? We got scored 40 rounds.
Hilarious. Anyway, they were flawless in the second half. To be honest with you, Jordan. But that's just first half they had some problems, but they were flawless in the second half. But Toby, what you think, bro? Takeaway story.
Takeaway is the Dolphins suck. They're very disappointing. They lost to the Jaguars. Tua, he's really not, looking that good.
That guy, like I've been told Jordan last year.
Out of the Alabama quarterbacks, Mac Jones looks the best out of the Alabama quarterback. So my takeaway is Tua is really, he's slowly losing his job. They're 1-5, even though he missed games. He's probably gonna miss more games this season. Is more probable. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about them.
All right, that's cool. And my biggest takeaway and story are the rolling Ravens, but we'll get to them later on. But this is my story, but I'll wait till we talk about them. Now, to talk about our first subject, it's Monday Night Football. As you see across the ticker, Titans over Bills in a thrilling game. Takeaways from that game, and should Henry be in the MVP conversation, Jordan? What do you think, bro?
I think he should. He might run for another 2K. And then, in terms of really the game itself, I still think Buffalo is the most complete team. But I just think I would have went for it on that 4th and 1 as well. I just think Josh Allen made a bad play. I don't know if you peep, they tried to run that in the red zone earlier in the game. They tried to do the same exact move, and they stuffed it. Why would you go back and do the same thing again? QBs have a tendency to try to pick a gap when they try to do the sneak, but you pick that gap. And then if you would have peeked, if he kind of just would have, because you're really just supposed to go forward, supposed to push the center and go forward. But if he would have just did that and then kind of went off to the right, first down, timeout, tie the game up. So I would have went for it. I thought it was the right call. I think the Bills are still. I think they're one out of the 2 or 3 best teams in the AFC. And Henry should definitely be mentioned in the MVP conversation. But we know he probably won't get no love because he's a running back.
run it back.
That game, Titans over. What'd you say, Jeff? Titans over Bills, close game. Also, should Henry be the MVP? What do you think about both?
So the game continue. The Buffalo Bills continue to have a lack of running game, man. Like, damn, they don't run the ball at all, and they don't run well. Like, they ran Singletary 5 times, 27 yards. What's up, Steph? You had Josh Allen run the ball 9 times. So, they continue to not run the ball, which keeps other teams in it, because you're throwing it with Josh Allen so damn much. MVP conversation for Henry? No, it's an all quarterback league, and he's not going to get any consideration. For one, he's got $100 million quarterback, and he's got 2 perennial all-star receivers. So I think that I know that they haven't been executing with the receivers as much as they could or should be at this point, but he won't get the consideration because at some point they'll figure it out. Like I said, the Buffalo Bills, they just not running the ball at all. The defense is solid. Josh Allen he's a stud. Jordan, you know what's funny? I was thinking to myself, I said, why he ain't go over the top? He's 6'4". Like, go over the top, bruh. Yeah. Like, what you doing?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. And that play call was kind of sussy too, in my opinion, really. Like, they could have ran a better design run. They really tried to run up the gut on the Titans, like, and they knew it was coming. And so, Sean McDermott is a pretty good coach. And he's getting better as his quarterback gets better and he progresses. But that was a play call that, I was kind of scratching my head about.
All right. Toby, what are your thoughts on that game? And should Henry be in the MVP conversation?
I think right now it's still early, especially for a running back, because there's so many quarterbacks, ahead of him. I think if he continues on this way, I think some quarterbacks will fall off a little bit, and he may be able to creep his way in, be in the conversation. But right now, no. He is dominant, though. Definitely the best running back in the league. The game came down to the wire. The Bills, they're a good team, but they have their weaknesses. They couldn't stop Henry for nothing, but that's the best running back in the league. So it's like, I don't think a lot of teams are going to be able to run on them like that. But they don't run the ball. That's going to be a problem. That's a weakness that could, stop them in the playoffs. They're still a top 5 team in the league. They still have more upside. So I do think they're better than the Bills, overall. They're just
better than who?
I mean, they're not better than the Bills. They're better than the Titans. They're better than the Titans. They just lost that game.
All right, cool. Well, Jordan keeps saying it's about the most complete team, but I don't think so. Jeff just nailed it. They can't run the ball, number 1. Number 2, they're 29th in the league in red zone converting touchdowns, which is why that they should have went for a touchdown. When they get down to the red zone, because they can't run the ball, they don't have a lot of go-to options, which is their problem. Allen is Allen, but he can't do it all by himself, and he's still kind of getting together himself. I don't know. I don't know if I'd have went for it or not. I might have went for the field goal and played overtime. But and if I did do it, I would do a bootleg. I would have something else different than what they did. Honestly,
the reason why they're the most complete team in the NFL is because they're number 1 in points scoring offense and they're number 1 in points scoring defense. Up until, if you want to say tomorrow, up until you want to say yesterday, because they let up 34 points, whatever. But if you are scoring the most points and allowing the least, you're the best team in the league.
That's different than complete, though.
Huh?
That's different than being the most complete team.
That's the most complete team in the league.
No, that's the most balanced team. They go good offense, play good defense.
Team. Bro, you would have said the same thing about the Bucs, who didn't have any running game. So and don't have the best defense this year. They're the most complete team in the league. Complete means that you're whole on both sides of the ball. You're a top 10 team. They're one of the top. They're one of the best teams in the league.
But how are they complete on offense when they can't run the ball?
They got there last year doing the same shit. They got to the AFC Championship not running the ball. It's not a problem.
So that's how they're complete.
To playoffs without running the ball. So let's not sit there and say, running the ball is going to handicap them from making it to the Super Bowl. They made it to the AFC Championship game last year without running the ball.
So it kind of handicapped them from making it to the Super Bowl then, really.
They're not running into a Chiefs team that can fully compete with them. And then who else are you looking at? Okay, Baltimore, maybe, but nobody's going to run the ball in Baltimore. So my thing is, the running game doesn't even matter to them because they don't need it. because Josh Allen can scroll. I mean, you saw it. Scroll to the right, 40 yards, touchdown, bomb, bye. Come on, they don't need a run game.
What about in the red zone though?
They're explosive.
I mean, bro, they had a bad game in the red zone. Normally, I don't think Josh Allen in the red zone is pretty proficient. He's never thrown a pick in the red zone, and he's got rushing touchdowns. I mean, you look at the numbers. I forget what he was, but they were bad. They were 2 for 5. That's bad. They normally aren't like that. Titans had their number. Titans played a good. They had a good play calling on defense last night, in my opinion, especially in the red zone. And I don't think the Bills even adjusted. Now, I agree with you on that point in time. That's when your run game does play a factor. But if he can do it, I'm okay with that. I thought, like Jeff said, and Mike, I thought the play calling was questionable when they already stuffed the sneak.
Right. Yeah,
like a rollout, you know, a rollout, okay, cool.
Who took the Titans out the playoffs last year? The Chiefs?
It was the Ravens. Was it?
The Ravens?
Was it
it was the Ravens.
Okay.
Yeah, Lamar got his first win against the Ravens. Against the
Gotcha.
Titans. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
I just think that they're the most complete because I don't think their defense is that bad. If you're a good defense, you're going to have a game like yesterday. And I don't think anybody can stop Derrick Henry. But, I mean, we should also give props to Tennessee. I mean, Tennessee started off slow this year. A.J. Brown started to finally come alive.
That second half. Yeah.
They're not hurt. They're healthy.
This guy, maybe he should have food poisoning every game. I don't know. You feel what I'm saying? But I just think that them being able to play defense above Kansas City, who are going to have some problems. Baltimore's defense is getting there. Their defense is better than Chargers. Right?
Okay. So what did you say about Henry and MVP? I'm sorry, I missed that. You said he can win or what?
I just said that it's still early. You know, there's a lot of QBs in front of him right now.
I mean, Jeff got a good point about the QB only award, but Henry is balling, man. And if he gets another 2K and if he breaks the record, 2105, I think he wins.
If he breaks the record, then
if he breaks the full record, I would agree.
Yeah, without a doubt, that's a no-brainer.
He should get MVP and Offensive Player of the Year, in my opinion, if that's the case. If he breaks the record, because that'll be 2 straight seasons of 2K, and then you break in the 2100 record. Got it.
Not offensive.
I'm giving him best back in the league today. I wasn't giving that to him until I saw last year and this year because I needed to see more.
Yeah, you're right.
He's the king.
Okay. All right, cool. Moving on forward, man, to Jeff and his Raiders. Raiders over the Broncos. So, you know, the first game without Gruden, they did win. They gutted it out. How far can y'all go without Gruden, Jeff? What do you think?
I mean, I still expect us to make the playoffs no matter what, no matter who the coach is. I mean, I just think we're good enough. We got some favorable opponents on the schedule coming up. You know, I'm interested, really. I'm still kind of on the fence. I don't really know, like, if this last win was just that, like, that euphoria of trying to prove everybody wrong because the coach got fired. Will that carry on? You know, now I've been reading some reports and saying that the coach is a really good players coach. So we'll see how that works. Derek Carr just keep carving them up, man. I don't know, man. He could be the MVP depending on how the season play out, honestly.
Now you know that's the Raider.
Hey, man, look, you never know.
Now you know that's the Raider.
He gotta go berserk.
He ain't getting no votes.
He gotta win a lot of games.
Crazy, bro. You wildin'.
He gotta win his division.
Percentage last year at 70.
Man, this is like your bro. This is like your CP3 shit. This is like your CP3 shit, bro.
Wait, hold on. Chris Paul led a team to the NBA Finals, bro. MVP, bro. The team wasn't in the playoffs.
He's gonna have a better argument. He's gonna have a better argument than Derek Carr. He's better than Derek Carr.
I'm just saying, man. He could be, man. He's very valuable to the team. I mean, we'll see. He got to believe in him
like last year. Like
I say, he got to keep going on. He could be. I'm not saying he is the MVP.
I mean, he's nice. Don't get me wrong.
Huh?
I mean, he's nice. I like Derek Carr.
Yeah, he is. We just gotta use the weapons. But I mean, I think the team can go. Like I said, I definitely plan on still making the playoffs no matter who the coach is. And you know, we'll see. We got the Flegels this week.
Well, I got to give it to Jordan, man. He had no faith in the Broncos and with the Raiders this week.
Unlike Toby,
I made the right pick.
And like Toby.
But,
I made that right back, man.
What do you think about them though? How far can they go without Gruden right now?
No, go ahead, Toby. It was me.
Well, Toby, go ahead. Yeah.
I see their ceiling being the playoffs. I think there's a possibility they can make the playoffs. But they're not winning that division. It's too tough. By the time they play Kansas City's going to be probably a little bit more desperate. You know, they're desperate right now. They're trying to win games. So I see the ceilings being the playoffs.
All right, Jordan. Raiders.
How far can they go? I can definitely see them in the playoffs. I would say today they're a top 5 AFC team.
Why everybody looking up? What the hell?
I'm trying to figure out I'm trying to think about this.
Jeff, the 2 Steelers fans looked up, but they forgot they're 3-3.
Yeah, because they looking up in the division.
3-3.
They in the division looking up. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You gotta catch one of them teams.
Cincinnati.
So right now,
they're not top.
Come on, man.
I mean, I would.
They're not right. No.
Who? What?
The Raiders not top 5 team in the AFC.
They're not top 5 team.
Who we not better than in the AFC?
I mean,
Ravens.
The Ravens.
Okay,
we already beat them. So which argument?
You got the Ravens. You got the Chargers. You got the Raiders, and you got the Bengals. Browns are
the Browns ain't good. Who else is good?
Ain't good.
Who's the teams? Chiefs.
The Chiefs ain't in it.
I don't even think the Chiefs are 5 right now.
Chiefs better than the Raiders, bro. I'm sorry.
They're still gonna be better.
Hey, look, not right now.
Split the season series last year, but they're not looking good right now.
Not right now, bro. I ain't high on the Chiefs, bro, because I'm not liking it.
Don't hold the resume. Look
top 5
team on the field.
Look. We got the Ravens. I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs. Ravens, Chiefs.
Top 5?
How you put them in the
How they last in the division?
Not top 5 in the league. Top 5 in the AFC.
I'm saying though, bro, they only 3-3.
But it's not about the record. It's about what you see. They're a better team. What you mean?
They didn't look that great.
They look good.
They won by 20 yesterday again.
Against the who?
The
Washington football team.
The Raiders.
And y'all beat who? The Broncos? The 32 gloves? Come on, man.
Ravens, Chargers, Titans, Bills, and then
Titans?
Oh,
Titans.
I got the Titans over the Raiders. Are you kidding me?
Bugging, bro.
Derrick Henry's gonna run all over them. What are you talking about?
Yo, bro.
Derek Carr is the top 5 in
Derek Carr carved that team.
Bro, they just beat the Bills. You don't think they could possibly beat the
They beat the Bills off some fluky shit.
Yeah.
They have a W. They have a W on their record.
Bro, come on, man. Look, the Raiders are top 5. Max Crosby is top 10 in sacks. All right? They're not letting up that many points. You got Derek Carr in the top 5. You got Henry Ruggs as the deep threat.
And you got Wilder.
Derek Carr's top 5 what?
Derek Carr's top 5 in yards.
Okay, but he ain't top 5 quarterback. I mean,
we ain't talking about that, dog.
He's a top 15 guy, top 16 guy. He's legit.
But I say 16. That's the whole
He's legit, though. He's better than most quarterbacks. Shit. Look at the other quarterbacks out there. He's better than most.
Yo, he's second in yards, bro.
He's better than Jimmy G. He's better than Carson Wentz. He's better than Baker Mayfield. Come on.
I don't know about that. I don't know. Well, that's toss up. I might even take Wentz over Carr, bro.
Oh, you say
that? Wow, you really wilding, yo. Wow, y'all really
Jordan, you just said Wentz throw some great deep balls on Sunday.
Yeah, that don't mean he's better than Derek Carr.
At all, bro.
That don't mean he's better than Derek Carr.
And y'all should feel like that. We smacked y'all too this year. I forgot.
So, anyway, man, moving forward, bro.
Forgot. Y'all would feel like that. Yeah.
They might even make the playoff, the Raiders, man.
Just in my Cheesecake Factory joint. I ain't seen it yet, bro. I ain't seen it yet. I'm starting to feel like you ready to try to flip-flam me, bro. Like,
I didn't believe in the Raiders last year. But what's not making you believe in them right now?
The Raiders?
Yeah. I didn't know.
What?
They're not bad. They're just not top 5.
Right. That's what it is.
Like,
yeah.
Right now, they're tied. They're tied for 5 with the Bengals.
That don't have the
Bengals. I can't believe you're saying the Bengals. Like, that's crazy. You disrespect them.
Same record.
I mean, I would put the Bengals in the top 5, but I'd put the Raiders in the top 5.
Yeah, who's out there?
They're tied.
Huh?
Who's out your top 5 then?
I got Buffalo. I got Baltimore. I got the Chargers. I got the Raiders, and I got the Bengals. I'm not putting the Titans in there. I'm not putting the Chiefs in there right now. They look terrible.
I got
They look terrible.
Titans.
Are y'all watching the games? Like,
Titans look terrible.
4-2.
yo, bro, the Titans was not looking. Yo, the Titans lost to the Jets. Like,
okay, they're 4-2.
We only a
They
week
almost
removed.
lost. Hold on, they almost lost last night if it wasn't for Josh Allen.
But they lost. I mean, they won.
But look, they came back and beat Seattle, but Seattle's not that great either. Let's just call it what it is.
They beat Seattle with Russ. They ain't beat this
Russ
Seattle
at home.
But they did that with Russ.
And they came back and won
Russ
that.
was like,
was
they was
them.
like 3-2 with Russ. Like, let's not get it twisted. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't that great with Russ.
Seattle ain't all that right now. And then we're gonna see because they got the Chiefs this week. So we're gonna see for real.
Washington beat the Chiefs.
The Chiefs might get that ass.
Seattle will beat the Chiefs.
No.
Titans.
No, the Chiefs gonna smack Titans, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
I
you
said
know what?
The Chiefs
All
might
right.
be upon them.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. I got you,
We'll
Mike.
pick that game later, bro.
Yeah.
Next fun, but that was funny though, man. Yo, Jeff a homer like Jordan with his Eagles.
No, I'm not. We winning. How am a homer? We playing good. We playing good.
Y'all beat the Broncos, bro.
Bro, nope.
Bro, they got
We
the
play who on the
formula,
schedule.
bro. They got the formula, bro. The formula.
We also
right.
beat the Ravens, the Steelers. You're like, come on, bro. We beat teams.
All right. And I saw the little hate on my Steelers, by the way, Jordan. You trying to get him, but it's okay.
Man.
We just won 2 straight games, baby. 2 straight games.
Right.
Anyway, Cowboys, who also are dominant in the NFC East. Like that. With another win in overtime over the Pats. But they barely won. It was an overtime win. So was it an impressive win, or should they have really dominated and blown out the Pats? What do you think, Jeff?
I mean, I don't really put too much value in how much a team really win by, unless it's by 20. You know what I'm saying? So, but what I'm saying is this: like, they got to play who on the schedule. No matter how you play them, I think the team itself will learn values or will learn things about themselves and to get better at when they go through these close challenges on teams like the Patriots and blowing other teams out like the Giants. Now, let's not get it twisted. The Patriots aren't coached by a bunch of bushwhackers. You know what I'm saying? They got a fantastic coaching staff, a legendary coaching staff. So it's not like every team's going to come out there and put their best licks on the Patriots and just walk away, you know, without something being recognized and maybe pass on to other teams. The Patriots are still good on defense. The Cowboys are really good on offense, and their defense is really good too. You know, at the same time, a win is a win. A W is a W. The Cowboys, 5-1 in the division now? 5 straight after losing the home opener, opener against the Bucks.
Relax.
And they're gonna win the division, like I've been saying. So no, I'm not concerned by the close contest against the Patriots. The Cowboys still winning.
All right, Mr. Relax. What do you think about that game, man?
Relax, yeah.
I'm just saying,
No, I mean I was impressed by Dallas. I gotta admit, Patriots aren't a walkover. The Cowboys were favored in that game, and they found themselves in a situation where they almost lost. But that's what the great teams do. They find a way, and they found a way.
Right.
McCarthy's going to be an issue for them. I agree with you in terms of the management. I think on that 4th and 1, they should have went for it. I don't know why they decided to kick the field goal. But, I mean, it worked out in their favor, right? Diggs is a great player. He definitely got beat on that.
Yeah, that double move.
That wasn't his fault. He had safety help, though.
Yeah,
he recovered. That safety is terrible. That safety's angle on that, because he basically was like, oh, the safety had to pick. Right. He didn't even put his hands out. Diggs had to pick. He'll never do that again. That was 2 picks. So
that safety could have cleaned him out too. He should have.
Yeah, you feel that safety?
I mean, he would have got the flag, but he could have really cleaned that dude out.
So how you like Mac?
I don't like him. I mean, you guys
even yesterday.
I mean, he played pretty well. I mean, but from what he was. You know, this perception of him to be. I mean, I guess we got to wait.
He's better than your boy Fields, like I said.
What you say?
He's better than your boy Fields, man. I'm just saying.
Is he?
Yes.
All right. We'll see.
He's probably the most NFL ready.
NFL ready. I would agree with you say NFL ready, but Fields has the upside. But my thing with Mac is like
I was saying the same thing.
Bro, I mean, look, let's not come on, man. That was a pick. That was a fluky play. He was about to throw his second pick, and they was about to go home.
Yeah.
All right, they was about to go home. He's about to throw 2 picks in a row, and then we talk about how he threw these 2 picks.
Yeah, they was.
So come on, I'm not that impressed. They're 2-3, and they're 2-4 now. Who do they beat? They beat the Texans.
Yeah.
And I don't even know who else they beat. I'm not that impressed.
But your boy Phil's be having 100 yards, 95 yards.
Yeah, not it either.
Because they run the ball 30 times.
He has since 2.0.
And I would think that they would have. I mean, I would have thought that honestly they would have ran the ball more against Dallas.
They ran the ball a lot against Dallas.
I thought they would have ran it a little bit more.
They had a lot of yards actually. So we thought about that game, yo, Cowboys and Pats, bro. That was a good game too.
Yeah, it was a good game. The NFL's tough, and they're on the road going against Bill Belichick. You know, you're not gonna just blow the Patriots out. You know, even without Tom Brady. You got Mac Jones. He's looking good right now, NFL ready. But yeah, they got the W. The Cowboys are 5-1. They got the bye week now, so they're doing what needs to be done.
But they did leave with Dak having an injury to his calf, so they got a bye week, so they should have him out a little bit. I like seeing CD Lamb progress every week. I think that's good for them as well. He's becoming like a true go-to number one, receiver, game changer. But I feel like that, like Jordan said, they kind of made a mistake on that. But Trayvon is a beast, so we'll see how far they go. But I do think McCarthy, like I said, end of the day in the playoffs, gonna cost them a game.
I think so. Like. Hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but I mean,
they do all the time, and he blow it every time.
They do. It's gonna come down to that.
I'll say one thing. Shout out to. I mean, honestly, I hate even talking about the Cowboys in this light. This pains the shit out of me. But I wish this wasn't recorded. I wish we were talking about this in front of each other and close.
It is.
But you got to give a shout out to Jerry Jones and the draft picks, man.
Yeah,
draft picks, man. I mean, they are balling. They are balling, and so shout out to them for that.
They all came together like over time. Like unlike the Eagles draft picks, to be honest with you, not trying to throw shade, but but they've been drafting not good for a few years.
I mean, that's why I brought it up because there's just the complete polar opposite. So that's why I brought it up. I mean, so.
Yeah. Moving forward, though, let's talk about the Ravens. Ravens did beat the Chargers. Chargers, who were on the roll as of last week, but the Ravens kind of smashed them. So, Jordan, how'd the Ravens do that? How'd the Ravens stop the Chargers like that?
I mean, their defense just showed up for once this year. I mean, this was probably their best. This is arguably the second or maybe first or second best offense that they played all season. Mm-hmm. The Chargers were coming in here rolling, and they just shut that shit down. Like Herbert looked young, like Herbert looked like a rookie again. Like, you know what I mean? They had no run game at all. I think it's really just Baltimore's defense. Like, if Baltimore's defense is going to be the Baltimore defense that we know them to be, I do not want to see Baltimore. I wouldn't want to see Baltimore in the playoffs because of the way Lamar Jackson is playing. Like, Lamar didn't even have that great of a game because the run game, they were gashing the Chargers with the 3 running backs that they had. And then everybody says, well, they weren't gonna be that great because the 3, they had all these injuries. Let's not forget Devontae Freeman, Pro Bowl running back. Le'Veon Bell, we know what Le'Veon Bell's about. And Latavius Murray was a Pro Bowler at some point, an alternate one time, but he's a good player. So these are running backs. They're not slouches. These are former Pro Bowl players. Like, once they kind of picked them up and once they kind of got into the system. The offensive line is still going to be good, which it is good. They did lose Ronnie Stanley for the season. That's bad. That's their left tackle. He's their best lineman. They lost him for the season. That's bad. I don't know how that'll. That's just not going to be good. They're going to have to figure that out because that's a huge loss for them. But they can run the ball like that, and Lamar's throwing the way he's throwing. Like Mike, I think you mentioned it. He just looks more comfortable. Mm-hmm. Like, he just looks more comfortable with like his reads, his anticipation. I don't think he never had an arm strength problem. I don't really think he had an accuracy problem. I think it was his mental and it catching up with the physical. Because if you can anticipate, you know where to put the ball. So I think that's where it's kind of gotten to him. Like, it's slowed down. He's more comfortable. And when you're more comfortable in the slowing down, you can put the ball anywhere because you know where it has to go.
Right.
So I just think that him playing that way, him playing the way he is, and that defense is going to be the top 10 D like we know, they're for real.
All right. Jeff, how do you think the Chargers stopped the Ravens stopped the Chargers like that in that game?
Well, I think some of it was the Chargers stopping the Chargers themselves. I mean, it's not like they had a plethora of turnovers. They didn't fumble the ball at all. They had one interception. They just didn't convert when it was time to convert. And once the Ravens got out on top, like Jordan said, they ran the ball down their throat. I mean, as a team, they averaged 4.9 yards a carry, 38 carries, like 187 yards, and 3 touchdowns. And Lamar only threw the ball for like 100 and something yards, and he had 2 picks. So, again, it's like the Chargers really didn't help themselves with converting on third downs, extending drives, making things prolonged. They had punts, they kicked it to the Ravens, and the Ravens capitalized on it. They scored the 34 points. And again, that defense is really good. I mean, let's not forget this. I mean, this doesn't say as much about the Chargers as it does to me about the Ravens.
All right.
I think the Ravens are, really starting to turn the table and getting back to their formula and their way of winning. I think really you can plug anybody into that Greg Roman offense and you might mess around and get a playmaker for a couple weeks. I mean, granted, the only person that had a bad, yards per carry was Le'Veon Bell because he ran the ball 8 times for 18 yards, but he still had a touchdown. Lamar was at about 5.9. Latavius Murray was at like 4.9. And then you had the other guy running the ball really well as well for about 9 carries, about 50-something yards and a touchdown. So the Chargers just didn't get those third downs. They didn't extend drives. They didn't capitalize when they had the ball. And the Ravens really continued their streak of, saying that the first week was kind of a fluke and going forward.
They got a lot of pressure on Herbert. He looked like a rookie.
Yeah. I mean, and they just weren't converting third downs. They just got off the field like a lot.
You watched that game, Toby? What were your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, I mean, I seen some of the game. From what I seen, the Chargers just got clamped up, and Herbert had a bad game. I think it's his 21st football game or something like that. So he's still very young. It showed there. Lamar didn't have to go crazy. They ran the ball effectively. But at the end of the day, the Chargers just got clamped 100% offensively, and they couldn't stop the run. And I'm surprised, like the Ravens, they're still able to run the ball. Their 2 running backs got hurt, and they got like 3 new running backs, and they're still able to run the ball. So
I know.
It's crazy, but yeah, the Chargers got clamped up.
Yeah, the Ravens out here like the old Broncos. Anybody run the ball, put them in there.
That's what I said. You just plug them in and then go. That was Devontae Freeman actually too.
Yeah, and the thing is that the defense look good, but Lamar, I think because the pace that he plays at and that he runs the ball, burns off the clock, and it's so hard to stop him because you don't know what he's going to do, and I think that kills teams. For our Chargers are concerned, I think they have a big. Who they played the week before? They beat up the Browns, right? They put up like 47, I think.
They didn't beat them up either. That was a close
not beat
game.
them up, but it was a close game.
Yeah.
I think that they put up 47 last week, and then they didn't have some emotional big weeks. I feel like it was a letdown game for them, for the Chargers. I thought that they're a good team actually, but I just feel like that was a letdown game. But definitely a statement game for the AFC. For the Ravens, I would say.
Yeah, and the Chargers weren't prepared. I mean, they was 3 for 12 on third downs, and that tell you everything right there. Like you only making a third of your third downs. That means you getting off the field. They covered the ball 5 times. The punter averaged about 54 yards a carry, so they tried to play the field position game, but the Ravens just ran it down their throat.
All right. Well, speaking of the Browns, who I just mentioned, they did get beat again, but this time they got beat up a little bit by the Cardinals. And the question is for Jordan's Browns, can they bounce back, or will this season be a failure once again, Jeff? What do you think, bro?
Yeah, this season a failure again, I think, man. I think it's really over. I think we got excited. I never was a crazy Baker Mayfield fan. It's something about him. He like a tweener. He like not that tall, not that big, not too small, not too, he's just a tweener. I don't like him too much. You look, they in danger. You got Hunt out on IR, Chubb out, gone. The passing game never really found its way. I think the Browns are done. The Bengals showing the promise, so they're going to take up the wins that the Browns should have had. And I think we'll be looking at the top still being the Ravens, or it'll be the Ravens, probably the Bengals, then the Steelers, then the Browns. I think it is over. I hope they do trade OBJ, though.
Okay. So what you think, bro, about the Browns in that game?
Yeah, they're gonna fold. I mean, They're gonna slow us their running backs. Baker is not going to carry you. So yeah, it's gonna be a failure. The division is tough. It's Steelers, Cincinnati, Ravens. So I mean, to us, it's gonna be hard for them to get to the playoffs, especially like you got the Raiders in the other division and stuff. I just don't see it happening, and I don't think Baker's that elite yet. The quarterbacks below him, younger than him, are better than him. Like
right, he's trying to get a contract. That's what they paying him.
Even his own division. What's his name? Joe Burrow. So he's not going.
All right, let's talk to the guy who had the Browns in the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl Browns. Only Super Bowl they're going to is the toilet.
Let's hold on. Let's not sit here and try to condemn my take when my take is based off of the way they looked last year and the way Baker played at the end of the season. Because let's not forget they made it to the second round of the playoffs and shitted on your team. You let Baker Mayfield shit on your team. So calm down.
Yeah, injuries.
That one.
Just relax. They got
injuries. Like he said, we got injuries.
Whatever. They got the same record this year, and the Browns got a lot of injuries. All right. But Baker has reverted back to the old Baker. I thought Baker turned the corner going into the playoffs. But, I mean, when you look at it, without a run game, he's not going to be able to get it done because, okay, their run game sets up their pass. No run game, he has to pass. He can't pass consistently for them to actually win. And then, like you said, right, he's the third best quarterback in the division. Shit, he might be last.
I was ready to say he
might be last.
Yeah.
So we don't know. You feel what I'm saying? But they're gonna have to figure out the OBJ thing. The defense is not playing like the first couple weeks of the season they were balling, but when the offense can't get anything done, and you got to throw the defense back out there, and they're on the field for 70, 60% of the game, more than the offense. You're gonna let up some yards, and you're gonna let up some points. I think that's just what their problem is. But those injuries are gonna kill them. I mean, you're talking about two offensive linemen, their two best offensive weapons, and then their quarterback. And they didn't have a pass game to begin with. I mean, OBJ should freaking
actually be traded.
Pull a Ben Simmons.
You know what though? But he ain't that great either. Right now, I don't think no more.
I mean,
I think it's the Baker effect.
Yeah, I would say I think he has no rhythm. I think he really has no rhythm, bro. Because I mean, look at it. Ever since he's been there, I mean, literally, look at his numbers. He's been hurt. Don't get me wrong, he's been hurt. But I mean, ever since he's been there, they just never been able to get a real connection. So I think he's just not in rhythm. He's a guy who needs to be involved. He needs the most targets on the team for him to be, really the receiver that he can truly be, in my opinion. I think he's got to be the alpha, unless there's another alpha there. And I think he thinks he's the alpha, regardless of if his best friend is there. I think he is better than Jarvis Landry, but that's whatever. But
he's hurt too.
Yeah. He is hurt, but I think they're done, man. Season's going to be a failure, unfortunately. Baker is crazy because they don't want to pay him. Now they really don't want to pay him, stuff like that. So, they were a running team. They need to be able to run the ball. But I agree with you, Jordan, about the defense. I thought defense will be a top 5 defense, and I'm surprised they've been up and down and not really doing their part either at the same time. But Cardinals are still rolling, so we can move on from that. The next question I have, talking about defense, Jordan, for you and the rest of you guys, but rank your top 3 defensive players so far this season.
Wow.
Good question, I know.
I mean, Trayvon Diggs is definitely.
Damn.
Trayvon Diggs has to.
Unless you're gonna give you 3, don't just splurt out names like.
No. I'm saying Trayvon Diggs has to be in the conversation. You know what I mean?
Week 6. It's early.
I mean, he's got 7 picks, bro.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm with you.
Oh, all right. And then, I mean, Myles Garrett is leading the league in sacks. I mean, I know we just talked about the Browns defense really isn't that great, but he is still leading the league in sacks.
So you got Diggs, who else? Garrett,
and then the big ED. I know he's not having Aaron Donald. He's not having the sacks this year. I think he's got like a sack in every other game, but he's still Aaron Donald.
Yeah, he be getting triple team. He's a beast or whatever. All right, Jeff, who's your top three?
I'm gonna go no order. I'm gonna go Diggs. I'm gonna go Ramsey because he's still locking down half the field, and then man, this last one's tough. Yeah, I guess I can go with I guess I'll go with Garrett only because he leads the league in sacks.
Wow, none of y'all said it. Come on, Toby, say what you're supposed to say, man.
Yo.
Do it.
Hold up.
Aaron Donald.
Right.
Then I got the second best defensive player in the league, T.J. Watt.
Thank you.
Then I got
showed up last night.
Then I got Diggs. I mean, T.J. Watt.
He three and he ain't got that. He ain't balling like that.
He's the most important. He's basically like the most important player on that team.
Oh my God.
Sunday night.
He's the most.
What? He been showing up, but TJ
He's been showing up. He started off the season. I think he got hurt in like week 2 or 3, but then ever since he's been back,
put him in the top 3?
He's still the best. He's still the best.
Thank you.
He hasn't played the whole season.
He's still the best.
Bro, really, Jordan? Come on, man. I know.
Bro, I'm just saying.
I'm with Jordan, bro. How he the top dude and he not even
right now. Now you said right now.
Right now, yeah.
Right now.
You said right now. These dudes ain't missed no games. Who me and Jeff mentioned. They ain't missed no games.
But are they better than TJ Watt?
Bro, you at right now? If he missing games, yeah. Right now, if he missing games, yeah.
Why is the second best, and then Diggs? Diggs got 7 picks. He got to be in there. So,
I can give you Watt. He's second in sacks. He first in forced fumbles.
What missing the game?
Forced fumbles. Yo, he always get forced fumbles, bro. That
he won the game the last game. TJ Watt.
I hear you, but I mean, if you want to say him over AD because of the numbers, that's fine. But like I said, he hasn't played in all his games this year. So
and he's still at the top 5 out of the categories. Come on, man. I got TJ Watt, Diggs, of course, and Garrett. Those are mine.
You still got Garrett in there though.
But not Donald though.
I
got Garrett though. Yeah, I got Donald. Donald's a beast. Don't get me wrong. But he got the numbers. But he not as like TJ Watt make game winning plays, bro. It'd be crazy. He's all over the place. Like I know you'll be a Steelers hater, but it's okay.
Honestly, it's because TJ play outside. Sometimes they move Aaron Donald around. I've seen him do it before, but he mainly play inside. But he play outside. He's still you can't block him with one person.
All right, we're at that point of the show, man. Power rankings 1 through 5. I can't wait to hear this week. Jeff, you ready? Who you got, bro?
Why you gonna call me first?
Nah,
I got you. I got the Cardinals first.
Okay.
I got the Packers second.
Okay.
I got the Cowboys third, the Ravens fourth, and then lastly, I'm gonna go with my Rams. I still got the Rams in there.
Oh, okay. You said we're gonna go with your Raiders.
No, because the Rams 5-1, we 4-2. So I'm gonna get and they played some real tough opponents.
So who you got, man? 1 through 5.
Let me change this one to change something. I got the Cardinals. I got the Bucks. Got the Rams at 3. I got the Rams at 3. I got the Cowboys at 4, and I got the 5 Ravens.
Messed up.
That's your other Steelers fan right there for the. So y'all can have right here.
Okay. Yeah, you're right.
What did he say?
Huh? He said TJ Watt. He said 40-year-old Ben is better than Prime Baker right now.
Yeah.
That's sad for Baker for.
Yeah, he's terrible. Baker's terrible.
Yeah. All right, Jordan, who you got, man? 1 through 5, bro.
Cardinals number 1. Gotta go with the Cowboys at number 2.
Mm-hmm.
I gotta go with the Ravens at number 3. And then this last 2 were tricky for me. Man. So I gotta go with the Rams at number 4. Well, I gotta go with the Rams at number 4, right? And then number 5, I'm still sticking with the Bills as a top 5.
What?
I know. I could have said Packers. But I'm gonna give you the reason why.
Let's hear it.
I don't like the defense. I really don't like the defense, bro. If you talk about how bad Justin Fields is, but they were in that game until, obviously Aaron Rodgers, he had the ball last. But, I mean,
what was the score?
Huh?
What was the score in that game?
24-14.
So the defense held them to 14 points, and you saying you don't like the defense on the Packers?
I mean, they played. I mean, it's the Bears offense.
I mean, still, that's still.
Look. I mean, nah, bro. I mean, nah. I don't like their defense. I think they're gonna have a problem on defense. I think
they gave up 34 points.
I think just as like if they went up against a better team the other day. Last week. Whatever Sunday, they would have took it out. Now they're in the easiest division, arguably second easiest division in the conference.
Who the first?
NFC East. Come on.
All right, I just wanted to check. I just wanted to make sure we had our logical hats on today.
So I don't know. I need to see more from the defense. But you can flip. You could definitely flip Buffalo and Green Bay. You can flip whichever one you like better. I just like Buffalo a little bit.
I don't know if I like the Cowboys at 2 in yours, but it's okay. That's high.
Yeah, that's high.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's high too. So I'm gonna go with the Cardinals at 1, the Ravens at 2. I will go with the Cowboys at 3 though, and then I'll go with the Rams at 4, and I will go with the Bucks at 5.
No, I'm about to say.
I actually would switch up my Cowboys and Ravens. I think that's actually how I originally.
I'm not disrespecting the Bucks, but the Bucks, they just
yeah,
all right.
The Bucks beat the Eagles by 6 last game.
That's what I'm saying. That's it.
They let them come back. You stop playing. The game was already won by that time, yo. They was on cruise control. Like it was so easy.
I think they get it together though later in the season, and they'll be crushing them again. But
wow.
But I'll definitely flip my Ravens and my Cowboys. I would definitely have Ravens number 2.
Yeah, I got Ravens 2. Cowboys 3.
Cowboys at 2. That's high.
Yeah,
they bad. They got some. They got plastic birth issues. They can shoot themselves in the foot on the play clock.
Yo, chill. But they beaten some better teams though, for sure.
Anyway, Giannis got a quick 32 and 13, like it's nothing to say. But anyway,
that is nothing for him. He got to start getting 40 for me to be excited, yo. He got to get 40 for me to be excited nowadays.
I know, but anyway, so the pick'ems from last week.
That's why he hyped. He hyped about this week.
I'm not.
He got to find his win somewhere.
Good thing Mike listens to us.
We had Raiders versus Broncos.
Yeah.
We have Raiders versus Broncos. We all had the Raiders in the end.
Okay.
So we all won that game. Ravens versus Chargers. I'm the only one who had the Ravens. The rest of y'all had the Chargers. So I'm leaving the Ravens.
He's right about that.
I know. And the Bills, we all had the Bills over the Titans, so we all lost that game. So I was 2-1. Jeff was 1-2. The rest of y'all was 1-2, I should say.
And it only take one decision.
Yep. One decision. I thought you got to go against the grain sometimes.
Yeah.
Wait. So I'm 10-8, leading again. Jeff is 9-9, Jordan 9-9, Toby is 7-8 because you missed that week, but you're still under 500. So you got to get the better.
You got to do better, Toby. You got to do better.
You got to do better, man. Under 500. Yeah, I should have bet that Ravens game on the fucking ticket somewhere, actually.
Yeah, you should. You probably cashed out, too.
Yeah. Anyway, this week, these are the picks. Colts versus 49ers, Chiefs versus Titans, and then Eagles versus Raiders for last. So, Colts versus 49ers. Who y'all got, man?
That's a trailer trash game, bro. Like, man.
That's a tough game. I'm going to go 49ers. I think Jimmy G's probably going to be back by that week, by next week. So I'm going to go 49ers. Yeah, this week. I'm going to go 49ers. I think let me double check that, but
nah. I got the Colts.
Exactly. You need to double check that.
I'm not being on the Colts.
Double check that.
So Jeff got the Colts. Jordan, who you got, bro?
I got the Colts too.
You got the Colts.
Yeah, it's an upset though.
Hold on, where's the game at?
Now you want to know. Now you want to know the wind chill factor. Chance of precipitation. Like, is the traffic on route to the game? Like, come on, bro. Pick a team.
Or the Niners coming off a bye, though, right? Aren't they?
Yeah.
Coming off a bye. It said Colts are likely to face 49ers QB Jimmy Garoppolo in Week 7.
Off a bye, too.
I'm gonna pick them, yeah.
If Jimmy G plays, then I probably would pick the 49ers, but like I'm gonna just pick the upset in the Colts.
I don't think the Colts are the upset, honestly.
I think they're not favored. I'll tell you that.
For sure.
It's probably close. Probably like
Did T.Y. Hilton finish the game Sunday? He left early.
That ain't even a question you need to ask. You know he didn't. The man shouldn't even be out there anymore. The man shouldn't be out there anymore. They shouldn't even let the man come back.
He had good numbers though when he was there.
And look at him now.
I'm gonna roll with the Niners off the bye with Jimmy G coming back and you know, them getting a little healthier on defense. I'm gonna roll with the Niners on that. So y'all got the Colts, Jordan and Jeff. Me and Toby got the Niners. Chiefs.
That's Sunday night. That's Sunday night too.
Yeah, Chiefs. Chiefs versus Carson Wentz ain't good on Sunday night games, but Chiefs versus Titans. Who you got? Toby?
Oh my gosh!
I don't agree with that, but all right.
Damn, Chiefs and Titans. Honestly, I feel like from what I seen with the Titans yesterday with Derrick Henry and that defense that they got on the Chiefs, I just feel like I should go with the Titans. I looked at the Chiefs' schedule and they could probably afford to lose this game. So I'm looking at
the Chiefs can afford to lose this game.
They can and still come back and win that division.
No, they can't.
So
I gotta disagree. There.
Who you got, Toby?
I'm gonna go.
Come on, man! You know the game started 10. Damn.
That's why Toby can't win on his tickets.
Chiefs, man. I'm going Kansas City Chiefs.
All right, that's why he can't win on his ticket. He can't pick. Whatever.
It's hard to pick against them. Like every week, it's just hard to pick against them. Like
Toby, Jeff, Chiefs, Jordan. Who you got, bro? Oh, here we go.
I'm going with Kansas City. They need it. If they want to make it to the playoffs, they need this win. Period.
It is a tough game though, because can they stop?
Go ahead.
I know. I'm thinking about
catch up. Go ahead.
I'm thinking about going against the Grave, bro.
No, I like the Titans. Don't get me wrong, but the Chiefs. I go with who needs it. The Chiefs need this win.
Mm-hmm.
They do.
They will be 3-4 if the Raiders beat the Eagles.
What?
If the Raiders beat the Eagles,
we ain't get there yet. We ain't get there yet. All right, hold on. Let me make my pick. I'm gonna go against the grain on my own once again. I'm gonna go with the Titans and pull out another victory as I do.
Yeah, all right. Even it on up. Go on, player. Even it up.
Okay, and
and this where Jordan Ray lose himself. Go ahead.
Eagles versus Raiders. Toby, you go first.
Right. I'm not
going to pick against the Raiders. I'm gonna pick the Raiders, man.
What's wrong with y'all, boy? Good, Jordan. Who you got, Jordan?
Yeah.
What?
Who you got?
Come on, is this a serious question?
All right, then. All right. What's up? We got a wager on it? What's up?
Shit on it.
You really got the Eagles?
You can put.
You really got the Eagles, bro.
You can wager me a FanDuel ticket.
You really got the
Eagles right now, bro?
Huh?
You don't care about it. You don't care about it. Like, are you picking the Eagles?
Yeah, going to my first. Hold on. Let me just say this though. I said it in the chat. We're 2-4. We lost, right? We had really 2 blowout games, right? You want to call the Chiefs? We lost by 12. All right, it was 42-30.
Y'all came back at the end. They was blowing y'all out.
That's all right. Whatever. Call it a blowout. That's cool. 2-4. With better quarterback play, we beat San Fran, right? We might beat Tampa Bay. Shit. So
what y'all changing quarterbacks?
No. I'm just saying. If
same guy got to play again. That same quarterback play.
If there's better QB play in certain moments of the game, there's plays that would have been made for us to win that game. I don't give a fuck what you say. So if they can change that against the Raiders, they can beat the Raiders. But they got to make those plays, and I'm hoping that they can because they're coming off of two straight L's, 2 close straight L's. I mean, if you don't want to talk about the Chiefs game being close, I get that. All right, but the Tampa Bay game was a blowout until the end. and they made it close. They were there. They couldn't get it done, and that's really been their MO. Really, last year and this year, they be in games, but they don't make the plays for us to win, and it really comes from the QB. In all honesty, so if the QB can make some fucking plays, we should be able to beat the Ravens.
I imagine I blame it on Nick and the play calling. Like,
I mean, but what am I supposed to do? My thing is, bro, that's already a given. We know this. But there's also
ran the ball 3 times 1 week or something
like
that.
But Mike, there's also plays where we sit there and we go, damn, what a shitty throw that was. Guy was wide open. Damn, what an underthrow that
was. Enough, man.
Yeah, but anyway, Jeff getting tired over there. Got a game to watch, and so we got our picks in. I got the Raiders with the other two. Jordan has on there. So been another great episode.
I'm gonna make some space on these pick'ems now. You about to take an L, he about to take an L. I'm gonna make space.
Another great.
You got the same picks, Jeff.
I'll take
great episode of Beyond the Trenches, guys. Thank you for doing both episodes this week. But we'll do that for a while, which would be cool. Double duty tonight while we're watching the game. But anyway, appreciate you guys, and we'll be back next week.
Shout out to Ravi.
Shout out to Robbie, bro. All right, the bro.